All right. Well, guess who? Dave and Fred back at Mohican. This is one of our favorite places to camp, I think. And so we're just coming out here today. It's April 2nd. We had snow here last night. Probably looks like we had about 2 inches up here. We had about the same down in Columbus. And so tonight it's supposed to be a nice day the rest of the day. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain all late night and morning. So when we come out tomorrow morning, we're probably going to be soaked, and we probably won't want to even have we'll probably do this inside the car tomorrow morning. So what do you think, Dave?
I'm ready to go. The weather's good. I'm pleased to get out again, Fred.
Yeah, me too.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah, been 3 months since, well, the last time we were together, we were in my backyard, so this will be a little bit more fun. But I think we actually have more snow today, so.
Yeah.
All righty. And you can check that out if you want to check that video out. Just check on my channel. It's called a Winter Shake. Let's see, what is it called? I forget. Introduction to Winter Camping or something like that. Just check the channel and feel free to look at it and like it and subscribe. I've got more than 100 subscribers now, so we're excited about what's going on in the channel. Hopefully you'll learn some new stuff today. We're going to try out some new gear. Dave's got a new sleeping bag. I got a new Paria overquilt, and so we got some other stuff too we're going to check out. So see you on the trail. Okay, well, we made it to Site 10 here at Mohican Park. This is one of our favorite sites, and this is the first time we've been here in the spring where there hasn't been many leaves, so we can see a long ways away. We're right here in a pretty nice pine forest here. I'm sure this was planted, and so nobody here but us. So Dave and I are here. We're gonna kind of make a little, I don't know, kind of circle the wagons here in these trees, and he's going to set up his tent. I'm going to set up my tarp, and then we're going to set up a third tarp that we can like eat under someplace. Somebody left a whole bunch of firewood at the fire pit, so we're real excited about that. We're not going to have to go cut any or look for any at all, so that's pretty fun. One of the things just to think about when you're packing, I have my pack down here, and what I always do, I always pack in the bottom section of my pack. I usually have this Reflectix. That Reflectix is what I'm going to put underneath my tarp. And then right here at the bottom, I have my sleeping bag compartment, but I don't usually put my sleeping bag in it. Instead, I put most of my tarp stuff. So there's a Costco, there's my tarp, here's my hammy. There's my hammy straps, and here's my tarp. And all of that is in the bottom. And so I know right where it is. So in a pinch, in a hurry, I can just grab that stuff. I know right where it is. I don't have to haul out anything else. So if it was raining, I could put the tarp up real fast and then do the rest of it while I was under the tarp. So yeah, so we're going to put that up, and then we'll get back with you. Okay, so I'm rocking the new hammock from Bear Butt. This is the Toby the Tiger or something like that. It's a nice orange one. And this is my first hang in it. Got my ridge line all hooked up. And now we're going to put our Paria SilTarp tarp over the top of this. It gives us a little more coverage, and especially it's going to be nice for tonight because that's a new tarp and there's going to be some rain tonight. So we have a good first test. Well, we got the tent and the tarp set up, or the hammy and the tarp. Another Bear Butt hammock, and got all the ridge line set up. It's really working good, and I've got my space blanket here that I made, my little underquilt. Now it's about, it's probably in the low to mid 40s right now, and I can feel the heat coming right back at me right through the thing. I'm not even sure I would need a pad tonight. I may go ahead and do it because I haven't done it. If I had some clothespins, what I would do is I would clothespin my Costco quilt to the underside of this thing, and I'll bet you between that and this, I would be able to stay warm. I'm amazed at this space blanket, how well it's keeping me warm. You can check out my website, and there's a do-it-yourself thing about how I made this, and it really does work good. People are telling me all the time, oh, you're going to get condensation and it's not going to keep you warm very much. And I've had great luck with it. Haven't had condensation at all. So just to let you know, if I was you, I'd at least try it before you invest in a really expensive underquilt. Now I just invested in a really expensive one. I got the Econ Incubator 10 from Hammock Gear. I just ordered it and it's just not here yet. So I did that because I want to do more winter camping, and you really need something for that. This would not do it in winter camping, but I'm thinking that there might be ways that I could adapt this with a Costco quilt and make it a lot lower than what most people have. So anyways, you might think about that. All right, so here's Dave. We've got an interesting setup that we've done here. He's got his REI tent, which really is waterproof, and he doesn't need to put anything over it. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning. It's supposed to be raining a lot. And so we're going to have to tear down in the rain. So we decided, I've got this bare butt tarp, an extra one. So what we're doing is we put that over here so that he could have his lunch and breakfast there, and I might actually come over there and join him. And then right next to mine, right next to his, is mine. I've got a Paria SilTarp. This is my first time using it. I really like it. And then if you look inside, I've got my new Toby Tiger, or Tommy Tiger, or whatever it is, bare butt hammock, my new orange one with a black stripe, which I love. And then I've got my outside of it, I've got my space blanket underquilt. And then because it's supposed to get pretty chilly tonight, I've got my Recharge XL from Paria. That's going to be my underpad for tonight, and that should do me no problem. And then I'll pull it out later. I'm going to have a Paria overquilt this time. It's a 15 degree. And then I just wanted to show you these. I have these little clamps, and I put them along my ridge line, and then I can just hook a bag in here, and then I can slide them all the way along here. And I just picked those up. I think they're 99 cents at Home Depot. So yeah, so really happy so far with what we've done. I also been using my little three-legged stool here. My kids got me that for Christmas. Dave Kieffer put me onto that because he had one. Now he's graduated to the next one. What is that called? The Helios? Yeah. And that's a really nice one.
This is a heavy duty one.
It's a
guy my size.
Yeah, right. And it weighs a little more. So because I've been carrying so much other stuff, I decided I wasn't going to get that yet. But it's awful comfortable. I may have to break down and get it. So he's using his little three-legged stool for his cooking pot, and he's, I assume, doing a coffee or tea or something.
Hot chocolate.
Oh, hot chocolate. Sounds good. Oh, that's good. So you can see, boy, it's a beautiful day. We're up on the ridge here at campsite number 10. I have to take you over and look at the Easter present that the Easter bunny left us. Actually, I think it's the good Lord that did it. But check this out. We got here today, and look at all this nice wood that we've got for a fire tonight. So we've got some fire starter, and so this will be really nice. We shouldn't have any problem cooking all of that. And there's even some other stuff over here that's kind of bad. We might maybe use some of that and save some of this for the next person that does a fire. It's always nice if you can leave something like that. So yeah, this is site 10. They've kind of worked over the benches here. Looks like they've chopped them up to cook them in the fire. So we don't have as many here as what we used to. But it's still a beautiful site. Don't know if you remember, but if those of you that watched our first video that we did up here, this is the site where the famous raccoon sighting was. We had raccoons that were basically overrunning the campsite that night, and we put a bag up here, and that coon walked right out and tried to get down to that bag. We outsmarted him. It was too low for him, but it was amazing. We were sitting right here taking pictures of it, and he wasn't scared of us at all. So this site is famous for raccoons. Tim Watson tells a story. I think it was he and Josh Ebersol were out here, and Tim woke up and heard all this racket, and here there was a raccoon trying to get into Josh's bag right underneath his hammock. And he had to holler to him to wake him up because Josh was asleep. I think it was Josh Eversole, somebody that he went with. So there's our campsite. I think it looks pretty cool. And gonna clean up a little bit, get my gloves and stuff put away, and get my sleeping bag out, and then I'll show you that. Yeah. So I broke down and got a bear canister just because mainly when I go to New York to the farm, there's been some bear on that property. And so I don't really trust my bear bag hanging ability very well. A lot of times I get the branch a little too close, or get a little too close to the trunk of the tree and stuff like that. So I thought I'd try one of these instead. I got the smaller one, and it's good for, 3 or, probably a weekend's worth of meals. And so that's what I'm doing. And then I also, I bought a new Etekcity, I think is the name of the stove. It's on Amazon, and it was only, I think, $11 or something. I don't have enough hands here. There we go. So it comes in this little orange container, and so here's what it looks like, all folded up. And then you take it out of this little container here. Like that. And then you unfold it. So there's the little controller. And then these slide around all the way around. Like this. And then these little things flip out like this. And there you go. And it's got a piezoelectric thing, so you get a little spark. I don't know if you can actually see the spark. If I can get it focused on it, I bet you can. Well, maybe at night you can. So we're going to get this started and light it up and see how we go. But this is really nice and small, so it all fits in my little container there that I boil water, plus my lighter, plus there's a small canister in there that fits in those. So it all fits in one spot, and that's really nice. I love that. Well, we're just now getting our fire started. It's about 6:30 or so, and it's getting kind of chilly. I'd guess it's in the maybe mid 40s and low 40s. Not much wind, but it's just getting a little chilly here, so we thought we'd go ahead and do a fire. Look at all the firewood that somebody left here. We're so excited we didn't have to go find any of this or cut any of this. So I've got my vest on and my sweater. My sweater and my undershirts, they're the nylon ones, and they're not getting as dry today as what they have in the past. I'm getting kind of cold here, so we thought we'd get the fire going here and hopefully get a little bit of heat, and maybe that'll help me dry out a little bit and warm up a little bit, and then I'll be better. Dave's bringing his chair over, and I've got my little chair here, and I'm a little too close to the smoke right now, but once the fire gets going, I think it'll be okay. All right, so it's starting to get, it's not dark yet, but it's getting that way. We're sitting around the fire. Dave cooking. So what are you eating today, Dave?
I got chicken and rice.
All right.
Yep,
and he brought an extra can of chicken and put in there, so get a little extra protein. Yep. And it's getting kind of cool tonight. I don't know what the temperature actually is, but it's feeling like in that like upper 30 thing, which isn't too bad, but There's a little bit of breeze kind of picking up now. It's been pretty calm most of the day. So the breeze is supposed to eventually turn to the south, but it's not there yet. So I had chicken teriyaki. Of course, these are Mountain House meals, just cooked, add water. And I really like chicken teriyaki a lot. It's one of my favorites. You can see we got a pretty decent fire here. From all that wood that was left over, we've burned through quite a little bit of it. We'll probably finish most of it up tonight. Just so that we can not have to get into bed any sooner than you have to keep warm. And hopefully it'll warm up in the morning. And we may stay in bed till like 9 or 10 just because it's supposed to really rain. so yeah, it's going to be fun. So Dave, talk to me about camping and your experience the last year or so. What do you think?
Fred, I can tell you that I'm very pleased to be able to start camping and for you to get interested in it, because it had been 20 years since I'd done it last, and I wasn't certain I could, but we have been careful and selecting our routes, and it's just been great fun to pull out the gear and to give it a try again. And you and I both have a combination of some old gear and some new gear, and it's fun to see what's in the marketplace now for newer stuff and how things have improved. And,
Yep.
It just is a lot of fun. I hope
Yeah.
to keep doing it here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We've just really enjoyed doing this, and Dave and I, we've been good friends for a long time, but it seemed like it was about probably 4 or 5 years we hadn't hardly seen each other, and we've been able to just kind of catch up over the last basically year or so.
Yes.
And hey, you got a coal right on your shoe there.
Well, look at that, would you?
I don't want you to get a hot foot.
Thanks.
So I just happened to see that in the camera. So yeah, you can see it's a beautiful night again. There's some clouds. I don't know that we're going to get to see too many stars. I think the clouds are going to kick in, but maybe we'll see the moon. It's almost just past full, and but it is kind of nice. I haven't seen any raccoons yet, so that's kind of an interesting thing, because the last time by the time it got this dark, we were under attack.
They were after us.
So yeah, we're having a good time here by the fire. See if you can check the fire out there, and we're cooking some. We're trying some new supper, or some new snack. It's let's see, I can't remember. Alpine Apple Crisp, and boy, Apple Crisp just sounds really good. You heat it up, and then after it's done, they have some strudel that you put on the top of it. So we're excited about that. We're hoping that really tastes really good, and we're trying to get the fire going a little better here. And so yeah, so I gotta. Sounds like my water's boiling. I gotta get that thing cooking, and then we'll get back on here. Well, it's kind of hard to see, I guess, but we're just enjoying the last of the fire. We had some Alpine Apple Crisp, and boy, was it good, man. It's a great meal. We're gonna bring that along, and I actually bought 2 so that Dave could have some, and he heartily agrees. So I think this could be a staple of our diet. And so it's been a good day so far. We got tarps up so that we should be good in the rain tomorrow morning, and we should be able to take that stuff down pretty much without getting soaked. And I'm trying out my Paria overquilt, which is it's a 15-degree bag, and it's only going to be 30 some here, maybe 38 or 39, so I should be plenty warm in that. And I've got my Paria recharge pad underneath me in the hammock, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be okay. And but it does feel a little cold out here tonight. It's been nice just sitting by the fire. We got most of the wood gone here, and probably will stay up a little bit longer, but it's starting to die down a little bit now. We'll probably get to bed here pretty quick. What time is it, Dave? You know, about 10? Close to 10?
9:10.
9:10. Okay, so we got a little bit more. So, yeah, it's been a fun day. We can actually see a few stars. I don't think that you can see them with my camera, but we can see a little bit. The moon isn't up yet, but yeah, we got some stars out. But we're sitting here in this grove of pine trees, so kind of hard to see which star is which because we can always see spots of them. But it's kind of neat. It's almost like the trees have lights on them, so that's kind of neat. And we've just been sitting around just talking about how fun it is to just get out and just enjoy nature. We were listening to the wind whip through the trees here, these pines, that has that great little sound that you've probably all heard. And you know, sometimes we just don't get out enough and just enjoy life. And one of the things I appreciate about Dave is that we don't have to entertain each other. We can just come out and enjoy nature. That's really a lot of fun. And got caught up on lots of old stuff and thinking a little bit about plans for maybe later this summer. We're hoping to do the Cozumel, or the not Cozumel, Cusimano Trail up in New York State. That'd be a 3-day, 2-night one, and that would be the longest that we've packed for a long time. So we're hoping to do that. Well, it looks like the fire's going out, so I'm going to have to shut off here for a while. Well, I'm in the hammock and all bedded down for the night. My Paria overquilt here, the 15-degreer, is really nice. I really like it. My back's nice and warm because I've got my Paria pad right behind me, my XL pad. And I've got a couple of Costco quilts in here as well. And so it's, I'm going to be, I think, plenty warm tonight. It's supposed to get down to about 36, which is a little colder than we thought, but it's not bad at all. So the only bad part tonight is I dropped my headphones someplace, and so I don't have my music to listen to unless I listen to it out loud, and I hate to do that and disturb anybody else, so I think I'll just go without it tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to sleep. I'm tired, so hopefully I'll be able to get a good night's sleep. And it's supposed to start raining, I think about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's supposed to be, it kind of stop between about 7 and about 8:30. And so we're thinking about maybe getting up and packing away while it's not too much rain, because once 8:30 or 9 gets here, it's supposed to be 100% rain, and it'll be raining all the way back to the car. So maybe we can get out in between there, and we'll see anyways. So I may get back on later if it starts raining and I wake up and I hear it. We'll maybe take a look outside and see how we're doing, how my tarp's holding up. So far I really like my new tarp, my Paria tarp and my Paria overquilt. I really like those. I like my bear canister that I got. It's just the right size. Dave and I both got all of our food in it. And and I really think that my do-it-yourself space blanket here, under quilt, is also doing a really nice job tonight too. And so just goes to show that it is working down to the 50. It's working down in the 30s. Now it's not by itself, so it couldn't go down by itself in its 30s, but it's better than I thought it would be. So, all right. Well, anyways, we'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Don't know if you can hear the rain, but it's pouring rain right now. It's been pouring rain for about the last 2 hours. And my Paria overquilt here, this 15-degree thing, worked great last night. Kept me nice and warm. I had a pad in underneath me on the hammock, but somehow in my sleep it kind of worked its way out and was kind of sticking out from underneath the tarp, so then it started getting wet, so I just put it out, and I've been sitting here in my just my space blanket for an underquilt, and I've stayed pretty warm even for that. The breeze has kind of kicked up a little bit, so it's a little cooler. It's about 38 right now, plus a lot of rain, so kind of damp and miserable day.
I'm staying in here as long as I can. Then we'll have to just pull up and break camp. It's going to be a wet, sloppy mess. But at least we're only about 20 minutes or 30 minutes from the car, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Well, good morning. The weather's not fit for man or beast this morning. I'm sitting here underneath my tarp. I've got all my hammy put away. Most everything's packed in my bag except my bear canister, and that should still, I think we got enough room for that. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of a slog out of here. So this is the first time I've had to wear my frog togs, and I never have had to wear them. Either it's been raining while I've been in my hammy and then it stopped, or I just didn't have any rain. So I brought it because I knew it was supposed to rain today, and we've definitely got lots of rain. It's been raining since about 6 o'clock, and but I slept very good last night. Especially after about 2 o'clock, I had a hard time going to sleep. Just really wasn't that tired, but then today, or later, between like 2 and 6, I was out. So that was kind of nice. And slept comfortable, and when I woke up, it was really pouring down rain. And actually, I think I didn't actually wake up till about 7. So it's a good test this weekend for me. This Paria SilTarp is wonderful. It's longer, so it's 12 by 8, I think, and it's got Dyneema strings on them, and I got some Dutch wear flies from a ridge line so that it was easy to put up and take down, and it sagged just a little bit last night. First time it's been out of the package. In fact, I actually opened the package up here, so it didn't sag much, and so I tightened her up this morning, and it's nice and tight right now. And so yeah, I really like it. I also love my Paria overquilt, that 15-degree one, the green one, and it was really comfortable. The foot box worked great. I cinched it up nice and tight, and as you know, I've talked about this before, I have neuropathy in my feet, and so sometimes I can't tell when they're getting cold. But boy, they didn't get cold at all last night. They stayed nice and warm and toasty, and then I had a couple Costco quilts as well, so I had one of them kind of stuck under me and one on top of me, and man, those were as well, they were really hot. I was so hot I had to take some of the stuff off for a while and cool off because I was actually getting sweaty. So good thing there. The bear canister I really like. I just sat it down here by a log, not too far from camp, just far enough so we don't have any bears here, so we're not worried about that, but the raccoons are nasty up here, and so they always are trying to get into food bags and stuff, but I don't think anything even bothered it, so I'm not even sure the raccoons know what a bear canister is yet. So anyways, the only bad part about it is I have to get it in my backpack now, and so that'll be a little tough, but I think I've got everything. Everything's a little wet, so it's taking up a little more room. But it was a wonderful day and night last night. We had a good time, Dave and I. He's over here next to me. He had his coffee first, and I went ahead and put her down and stuff. And now all I got to do is get the SilTarp here, and then he's going to tear down, and he's already had his coffee. So it works out real good for us. So. Well, I'm not going to do much filming on the trail today because it's pretty wet and rainy. When we get back to the car, get in and kind of get a little dried off with the heater, then maybe we'll get back on. Have a good one. Kind of pouring down rain, and we got our camp, all our stuff packed in the thing. I can't believe it all fit back in there with all the water. It's about 5 pounds heavier, but
it is that.
So what do you think, Dave?
I'm wet. I'm ready to go home.
Me too. All right, no more footage on the trail. Next time we stop, it'll be for a car and then something to eat. All right, so we're at the Burger King near 71, and we're just finishing off our trip here today with a couple Burger Kings. We thought about the Dutchman, but we're all kind of tired and kind of wet, and we're kind of mucky and grubby. We look like the bad guys coming in, so we decided to come here instead. So, what do you think, Dave?
I think we're in good shape. I'm ready to go.
So it's burger time. So remember, if we can do this, you can do this too. So see you on the trail.